Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to another Hardcore Iron Man Progress video. And we were just doing some thieving in the last episode, but I think it's time today that we knock out the rest of the Zeah favors. And we did Hosidius and half of Shazin a long time ago, and then just kind of stopped and left it there. So I think we're long overdue to actually finish that up. And it's nice to have them done, of course, just for like completionists. But the actual main reason why I want to get all the favors done is to unlock the teleport on Rks Talisman to the catacombs. Well, the actual requirement is the Architectural Alliance mini-quest done in order to use the teleport, but all you have to do for the mini-quest is lock in all the favors at 100% and then you're essentially done. After you get 100% favor in a house, you can lock it in so it never goes back down. And it's really important that you do this because if you don't, you lose favor in every house that you don't have locked in when you get favor up in a different house. So right now we're starting with the Shazin house and we're just going to kill Lizardmen all the way to 100%. And the reason why the Shazin favor is already so high up is because I was grinding out Lizardmen a while ago to get the Rks Talisman, and it took so long, but I stopped when I finally got it. We also got Hosidius favor to 100% a long time ago as well. It was actually for the Woodcutting Guild, which only requires 75%. But I figured if we're so close to 100% anyways, might as well just finish it off. And that's how we got to where we are today with our current Zeah favors. But yeah, so with the Client of Karen quest done, which I would highly recommend because it only takes a few minutes, with that done you get double favor gain in all the houses. So we got 0.2% favor from each Lizardman killed, and like an hour or two later we got 100% now, so we're going to go lock in that favor before moving on to the next house. I also want to get as many Lizardman things as possible because the more teleports we have for the Rks Talisman the better, but we're definitely going to have to come back here at some point to get more. But here is the Architect for the Shazin house. You really don't want to forget to do this because it'd be annoying having to run to the next house and then realize that your favor is going down, and then run back to this one and get your favor back up again, and it's just a big mess that you don't want to have to deal with. So make sure you lock in your favors once you get 100%. And if you want to double check to be sure that you locked it in, you can go to your mini quest list, click on the Architectural Alliance, and if it is locked in, it'll be crossed off on the list. Alright, now the next house that we're going to be doing is the Rks House, which is like the magical one. So to start out in the Rks House, you have to help people look for their books. So when you go to the bottom floor of the library, you're going to go to like a random person, ask them if they need help, and then they'll tell you what book they're looking for. And then we have to go all the way to the top floor and find Biblia, and then you tell her that you're looking for a book, and then she'll tell you exactly where the book is. So this one is in the middle floor in Northeastern Bay. So we're going to go down the stairs here, and then go to the Northeastern Bay there, and then we have to search all these bookcases and try to find the book. And like sometimes you'll have to search every single bookcase before you find it, so this can be very tedious if you get unlucky. However, the good thing is that if you find a book, it'll still be in the same position for a while, so if you need it later, you can find it again if you remember what room and position it was in the last time that you got it. All the books move locations every like hour or two, I believe, and it's going to be different in every world too. However, in each world, it'll be the same for every player, so you might want to do this with a clan or with some friends. Also, sometimes you'll find a book that you don't need that wasn't requested like I just did right here, because there can be more than one book in a room, and if that happens, definitely keep that in your inventory because someone might request that book later and you'll save yourself a few minutes. But yeah, once you do find the book you need, you can go back downstairs, go back to the person who asked you to find the book, and you can turn it in for 3% favor in the Rks House, as well as a tome that will grant you either runecrafting or magic XP. And you can't help the same person twice in a row, but I think there's like 3 people that you can help downstairs, so just run to the next person and then grab the next book task thing from them. Also, you can't use the drop trick here to get multiple of the same book because if you drop it on the ground, it'll just disappear and you'll have to grab another one. Alright, check this out. So we just turned in the book, we're getting another task right here, and this task that we're getting is something that we already found where there were multiple books in the same room, so we can just instantly complete this. That's exactly what I was talking about before. And then check this out, it gets even better. So right after I already had that book, I go to the next guy and help him out and try to find the book that he has, and the book that he asked for is another book that we already found where there happen to be multiple in the same room, so we just completed like 3 tasks in a row without having to do any extra work. And now we're turning in this last book to get over 20% favor, and now that we've got 20%, we can do a better method of gaining favor, which is finding dark manuscripts. And it's pretty much the same as finding books, but with this one, we gotta talk to the person in the northeastern room to start searching for them. And then it's the same deal all over again. Once you talk to Horfus, you go up the stairs again to the top floor, look for Biblia and talk to her, and then instead of telling her that you're looking for a book, tell her that you're looking for a dark manuscript. The locations of the manuscripts, I believe, are always gonna be random, so once you find it, you go back downstairs, bring them to Horfus, and this time, instead of getting 3% for each one, you get 6% favor for each one. Although the XP book things that you get from finding dark manuscripts are exactly the same as the ones that you get from finding the books, so you get the same amount of XP from them, but you're still getting 6% favor versus the 3% that you would get from just finding the books. Also, while you're searching for manuscripts, you're still going to keep on finding books, so you could potentially keep getting even more favor from the people looking for the books while you're searching for the manuscripts. But don't go out of your way to look for books though, but if you do find the ones people are looking for, then it's a nice little bonus you can get. By the way. But I think this took like maybe 2 hours at the most or something, but we got all these XP books which I haven't used any of yet, so let's see how much runecrafting XP we can get. And it looks like we got just under 4k XP, which isn't bad considering it's something that we had to do anyways. So again, let's make sure that we lock in this favor because that'd be very annoying having to run back here, and we'll check the Architectural Alliance mini quest to make sure that it's crossed off. And it is, so let's move on to the next house now. Actually, real quickly before we leave here, you can pay 80k to unlock the fairy ring here. Oh, that's so cool seeing it come back to life, but yeah, now we can use this fairy ring. And the next house that we're going to be focusing on now is the Lovacaine house, which is the one that's based around mining. A lot of people say that this house is the most annoying one. You could do the thing with the juniper charcoal making dynamite, but we're just going to mine the sulfur all the way to 100%, which is so slow, but I don't want to wait 16 hours for the juniper charcoal, so we're just going to knock it out right now. Also, it's really important to wear either a face mask or a Slayer helm here, or else you're going to get wrecked, because you're constantly taking damage from the dust clouds, which will be way worse without the mask. Also, if you're a hardcore Iron Man, by the way, this is a really good place to stock up on pots because there's a pot dealer here who can hook you up cheap. And he's right next to the bank, so it works out perfectly. Day number 142. Still mining sulfur. I fear this may be even slower than runecrafting. We're making slow strides every day, but we hit a major milestone last month and surpassed 10% favor in Lovacaine. I hope to be home soon, and I have not forgotten about you or the kids. This is actually decent XP. Check this out. We're getting like 21k XP per hour, which is like kind of comparable to AFKing at Motherlode Mine. Alright, and about 4 hours later, we finally got 100% favor in Lovacaine house. So let's go make sure we lock that in right now. And of course, let's double check to make sure it's actually crossed off in the Architectural Alliance mini quest little folder there. And it is. But before we do the Piscarilius favor, let's knock out the two newer or newish Zeah quests, and we'll start with the Depths of Despair. And before we finish up the quest, let's unlock the Tithe Farm teleport. You can see I'm trying to teleport there, but because I've never actually entered the minigame before, I can't use the teleport. So we're just going to enter in and start a game very quickly and go right back out. So now we can actually use the Tithe Farm teleport. I don't know if or even when I'm going to do Tithe Farm on here because that's the one minigame I just cannot stand to do. Hey, so we actually have to go to the Rks House for this quest, so I'm glad that we unlocked the fairy rings. That works out perfectly. And now we're back at Lord Hosidius to finish up the quest. And we got a little bit of XP, some coins, a page for Corette's memoirs, and a favor certificate that will give us 10% Hosidius favor, which is pointless though because we already have 100%. Unfortunately, the quest wasn't out when we did the Hosidius favor, but it's not a big deal because Hosidius is pretty fast and relaxing to get up. The next quest is the Queen of Thieves quest for Piscarilius, but we need to get 20% favor first. And in order to get the favor, we're missing an item, which is planks, so we're going to collect a couple hundred planks and then get started. There's a bot. Let's... Don't fucking take the planks, dude. Boy! Yeah, so this spot is absolutely filled with bots, and it's kind of a struggle to collect them here, but we just need a few inventories, and you can see that now we've got over 100, so this should be enough. By the way, I lied, we actually also need to get nails, so we're going to head over to the sawmill and buy a bunch of steel nails there. Also, I figured that because we're here anyways, you might as well take an inventory of mahogany logs and turn them into planks, because somewhere down the road we are going to have to use mahogany planks for something. But we've got over 1k steel nails now, which should be more than enough. And now we gotta go to the Piscarilius docks and repair the cranes until we get 20%. This is super AFK, but it just takes so long to repair one crane. Like, you just gotta sit there and wait pretty much. But not too long later, now we've got 20% favor, which means we now have all the requirements to do the Queen of Thieves quest. So we're gonna start the quest by talking to Thomas at the bank, and this is a very quick quest. Oh god, so there's no actual fight that you have to do in the quest, but you still have to murder this guy, which is just like an animation. And it gives you the options brutally or softly. Like, geez, dude. Okay, so we are back at Lady Piscarilius now to finish up the quest. And it's the same deal as the Depths of Despair. We got some XP, some coins, a page for the memoirs, and a favor certificate, which is the main reason why we did the quest. So let's go ahead and read the certificate, which is going to give us 10% favor in the Piscarilius house. So we've got 30% now. And now with 30% favor, the thing that we're going to be doing all the way to 100% is hunting sandworms. So we're going to grab a spade, and an inventory of buckets, and we're going to run over here a bit east, and we're going to start digging them up. It's kind of annoying because sometimes you get a bucket of worms, and other times you just get buckets of sand, and you have to empty them. But here's the first inventory of buckets of sandworms complete, so we're going to turn those in and get 12% favor. That's actually so much to get just from doing one inventory. It didn't even take that long. It took just a couple minutes, too. But here is the last of the Piscarius favor, or actually the last of all the favors that we have to get. So let's go and lock in the favor now. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so let's go and check the mini quest guide now to double check that everything is crossed off. It should all be crossed off. Yep, so we are all set. We're going to go back to the center of Great Karen and talk to Hosa, and all the architects should meet up here, and they're all going to get together and build this amazing statue. I remember when Zeah first came out, and seeing the statue for the first time was like the coolest thing. Like, it was so massive. But yeah, now the huge statue has been built, Architectural Alliance is complete, and most importantly, we can use the Rks Talisman to teleport to the catacombs now. I feel like half this video was just a guide on how to get the Zeah favors, but either way, I do hope that you all enjoyed the video. I think the progress has been coming along nicely, and I really do appreciate all the kind words that you leave in the comments. So I just want to thank you so much again for that. And anyways, I do hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again tomorrow.